We are back. We had a very interesting session with Haya about boundaries, and Haya's covered the different kind of boundaries, how difficult it is to set boundaries, explain boundaries. She's on the last kind of boundaries we're talking about, and we have done this extra 15-20 minute ka session so that we can talk about how to set boundaries, and she's giving a lot of examples on, but अब हम बात करेंगे, हया बात करेगी how to set boundaries, and also you can put in all your questions about boundaries, and we'll do like 10 minutes on how to set boundaries, and as well as what we can do. ताहा साइकोथेरेपी और फिजियोथेरेपी में थोड़ा फ़र्क होता है. मैं साइकोथेरेपिस्ट हूँ, विच इज़ यहाँ वाली मसल्स हम उसके साथ काम करते हैं, and we don't work with the frozen shoulders, so maybe there was a confusion right there. So we'll take questions about boundary setting, but Haya is here now. I'm going to invite her to join the session. Waiting for her to connect. Haya, yes, welcome back. Okay.
That was a funny question.
I know, right? Exactly. Hello. We do have a doctor joining us, so maybe doctor can give the answer. I know. Okay, so moving right into, you were telling us about the last kind of boundaries.
So the last type of boundary is material boundary, that really has to do with the things that you own, things that belong to you. How much are you okay with you sharing? How often are you okay with sharing those? For example, kapde ho gaye, aapki gaadi ho gayi, things in your house, or like anything that belongs to you. How often and how okay are you with sharing that? So to be able to say,
yeah, so you're not bound to, right? ये तो हम कहते हैं ना, sharing is caring, अच्छे बच्चे share करते हैं, etc. So yes, it's nice to share, but it shouldn't be at the expense of if you really don't want to. Yeah.
If someone is not okay with sharing their things, you have to be able to respect that. That's okay.
Yes.
They're not okay with sharing their clothes, then that's fine. That's up to them. Unki marzi. Unki kapde, unki marzi.
Exactly.
So,
ठीक है, तो सवालात आना शुरू भी हो गए. मैंने लोगों से कहा था कि आप सवाल भी डाल दीजिए, क्योंकि हया क्विकली सेटल हाउ टू सेट बाउंड्रीज करेंगी, and then we'll come to all the questions. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to move right into how to set boundaries. For the first thing on how to set boundaries, identify within yourself कि which boundary needs to be set. आप कौन सी वैसी जगह है, कौन सा एरिया है आपकी लाइफ में जो आपको लगता है उसमें आपकी बाउंड्रीज नहीं है. आपकी इमोशनल बाउंड्रीज वीक हैं, यू सेइंग यस व्हेन यू वांट टू से नो. आपकी फिजिकल बाउंड्रीज हैं, आर पीपल टचिंग यू व्हेन यू डोंट वांट टू बी टच्ड. Are people taking your things when you don't want to give them? Are you giving too much of your time and you're not able to give your time? Is your boss not respecting your time? So which area in your life needs boundary keeping? That's step number one. So really identify the area कि वो कौन सा area है which needs to boundary setting. So for that you need to check in with yourself first, right? That's number one. Number two is, once you've identified which boundary needs to be set, communicate it to that person. For example, telling your friend that, hey, listen, I'm not in the best headspace right now to be able to hear out your problems or be there for you right now, but I'll let you know when I'm feeling better.
So to be able to articulate, but you have to be first be okay with that. आप उसको confidence से कह ही सब सकते हैं जब you can, like, only when you feel it's okay. You can't be carrying guilt and saying कि listen, मसला है, ये है. Like Haya said, जब आप अपनी बाउंड्री कम्युनिकेट करें तो उसके आगे जस्टिफिकेशन मत दीजिए, बस बोल दीजिए कि मुझे ये पसंद है, ये नहीं पसंद है, ये नहीं कर सकती, मैं इतने अंडे दे सकती हूँ तो मैं इतने नहीं दे सकती. Simple as material boundary to वो वाली. हाँ.
And I was having a conversation with someone earlier today, and they were telling me that some people are really silent about their boundaries. That वो उनकी बाउंड्री होती भी नहीं, but वो vocalize नहीं करते, but वो silent boundary होती है. Some people's behavior says it all. So everyone has their own ways of setting boundaries, but I personally feel like it's healthier to be able to articulate and let the other person know that.
Same. I feel like या तो आप जैसे हम यहाँ नॉर्थ अमेरिका में हैं, तो यहाँ पर कल्चर इतना है कि इट्स एन अंडरस्टूड थिंग, दे डोंट नीड टू गिव से एनीथिंग, यू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये नहीं है। लेकिन अगर हमारे कल्चर में जहाँ पर ये बिल्कुल अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है, क्योंकि खामोशी का मतलब हाँ है हमारे यहाँ, right? A silence is taken as a yes. So in this case, you really need to say no. So you need to
Yes.
articulate and you need to be comfortable with saying it. Because if you are not comfortable with your boundaries, कोई और तो आके उसको smash कर देगा. You've got to own them first. Yeah.
For sure. So to be able to, so number one, identify which areas of your life need boundary keeping. Number two, communicate them. Be very
Yeah.
articulate when you're communicating them. Like I mentioned earlier, no justifications, no extra explanations.
Yeah.
Just to be able to say, I can't show up for you right now, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Or I need my clothes back by Friday. I
Yeah.
don't, there's
Yeah.
no need for me to tell you because I have to go to a party on Saturday. That's why I need them. But
Yes.
no, no
हाँ.
need for
Yeah.
unnecessary
No
explanations.
reverses. हाँ.
No
Exactly.
voluntary information. And then
Yeah.
the last one is to be able to tell the person, like, set consequences. Why is that boundary important for you?
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
um, for example, that I'm not able to show up for you because I'm not able to hear you out right now because I'm not feeling well. And if I don't take care of myself, I won't be able to show up for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like,
Yes.
if this keeps happening, I won't be able to be there for you again. So you have to
Yes.
set a limit and a consequence that this is
And
my
take
boundary.
ownership of that limits too, right? I remember this example I had read or maybe made up myself. It said like, if there is smoking at the party, I will not be able to come in. So
For sure.
so and taking up, but you can't ask them to not smoke.
Yeah.
Remember that it is your thing कि you have to say कि आप चले जाएंगे. So like एक दूसरा होता है कि हम चाहते हैं कि दूसरे हमारी बाउंड्रीज का ख्याल रखें, लेकिन हम अपनी बाउंड्रीज का ख्याल नहीं रखते. So I have to say first that if there's like I'm whatever, I'm allergic or whatever, doesn't no explanation, but if there's smoke at the party, then I'm not going
I
to be
want
able to
to
come
come.
in.
That's a
I'm
great
gonna and then
example. Yeah.
let the other person feel कि ठीक है, अगर वो कर सकते हैं तो वो कहेंगे ठीक है कि आप मैं नहीं करूंगा, या there's a room or whatever. But that's also the way to go. I feel like I'm really
For
racing
sure.
against time. It's amazing. Like the
Yeah, I
questions
know.
are
I'm
piling
so
in.
stressed myself. So time boundaries in check.
Time
So
boundaries are
really,
not easy. Huh.
time boundaries are not
Yeah.
easy. So
Yes.
really don't over explain and be able to set consequences. That is really how you set boundaries.
Yes.
I just want to quickly say one thing, and then we'll get to question and answers. That when you are setting boundaries, ऐसा बहुत मुमकिन है that you feel guilty, you feel shameful, you feel anxiety, you feel uncertain. Allow those things
Yes.
to pass because this is a foreign ground to you. You have to practice something new. It's very possible, and there are a lot of people who will test your boundaries. कई लोग बहुत controlling और demanding होते हैं, वो आपके buttons
Yeah.
और push करते हैं, but stay
Yes.
firm to your boundary because that is
Yes.
your testing period as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people can
Exactly.
take you for granted then. So
Yes.
and someone recently said a line and it just really resonated with me. We were talking about emotional abuse, and there were two people, and they said to me that the person allowed that abuse to happen to them. They could have walked away.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
let that
But
person
हमें डर
dominate
लगता
and
है ना,
control
हम
them.
हमारी
डर
उर्दू में
लगता
कहने
है.
आती है, हमारी टूट हो जाती है, हम नहीं वॉक अवे करना चाहते, राइट? वी डोंट
नहीं.
वांट टू लूज आउट ऑन फोमो, है ना, फियर ऑफ मिसिंग आउट.
Fear of missing out, fear of being alone, fear of abandonment. I think that's one of the main things in emotional abuse, where your emotional boundaries are required, is you fear being alone.
But boundaries is like so beautiful. It's like मेरी दीवारें हैं and I can choose to open the door for you. And that's such a
Yes.
gorgeous thing. It's like a crappy show मैं
And
देख रही हूँ, Four More Shots. उसमें एक boundary की बड़ी सी example थी कि like, okay, which is probably not even like it's too much story, but anyways, there are examples of when so boundaries are different, right? So
yeah,
मैं हया के साथ मेरी जो boundary है और मेरी पड़ोसन के साथ जो boundary है वो एक different boundaries है, right? So boundaries can be different. It's absolutely okay what you allow certain people to take off you and what you don't allow certain people to take off you.
right. So
Yeah.
like I said, and a lot of times when you set a boundary, other people may behave and react very and not in a very pleasant way, but remember that has nothing to do with you and that has everything to do with them. Remember
Yeah.
this. Like when we set a boundary, some people can throw a fit, they can not behave in the best respectful way, but
Yeah.
that's on them. That has nothing to do with you. So please remember this. And this is something that people give into, that when other people act aggressively or like they get scared, that they violate their own boundaries, but their behavior has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
So yes, would you like
So
to take
guys,
some question and answer?
yes, I'll take some questions. So I just want to tell everybody that boundaries is a huge ass work, and it's a work in progress. We are still we as practicing senior therapists are still doing it, and so like और हम अपने clients के साथ भी मुस्तकिल कर रहे हैं, and also seeking help, professional help can also help you get boundaries, right?
Oh, for sure.
तो अब इस 1 घंटा 15 मिनट में तो ऑब्वियसली हम सिर्फ ऊपर ऊपर से ही गए हैं, लेकिन we don't try to answer some questions. We might try. I know we've spoken about this दफा पहले भी. हम कोशिश करेंगे कि हम वापस इसके ऊपर स्पेसिफिकली भी आ सकें. Please write in to us, Haya and
Yeah,
myself. We
sure.
are both very responsive on our pages, and ask for something, and we are happy to spread the word. And I know
Yeah.
you guys are so appreciative of the content, but it's not the kind of content that really sells. But those who need it understand the importance. So सवाल में पढ़ रही हूँ, ये है कि how to deal with people who don't respect your boundaries.
So I just lightly touched upon that. So when somebody doesn't respect your boundaries, that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. And if they're not respecting your boundaries, you need to be able to assess: do you want to allow them into your life anymore because they're not respecting you? Do you want people around in your life who are not respecting you?
Yeah, exactly. And so you need to deal with the tension that तुम्हें होएगी कि वो चले जाएंगे,
Yeah.
और उनको भी ये बताओ कि वो जा सकते हैं, तब शायद वो
Yeah.
सुधर भी जाए. Can you
Yeah.
please save the previous session? Yes, it is saved under my IGTV, guys. Excellent.
Yay.
I know. Did we discuss boundaries in a relationship? We touched on it, Zumaira. Touched literally. Acha, so Amna keh rahi hai, what about space? Space boundaries in the East and West are very different. Your cousin can't come over all the time like they do in Pakistan. So do you want
That's your
to
physical
tackle?
boundary.
Yes, that's
So
a
identify
physical
where your
spatial
weak boundary
boundary.
it is first. So they're saying
Yeah.
that they're not okay with their cousin coming over all the time. Is that what they're
Yeah,
saying?
I mean she's saying that कि भाई जैसे ईस्ट और वेस्ट में कितना डिफरेंट होता है, तो इसके ऊपर थोड़ी सी बात हो, क्योंकि वेस्ट में ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आपका कजन नॉक करके आ जाएगा आपके घर में और आके बैठ जाएगा, लेकिन ईस्ट में ऐसा होता है.
So in the East, if you're not okay with your cousin coming bin bulai to your house, you gotta let them know that, hey, listen, please let me know before coming. Otherwise,
And
I
I
will not be
also
available for you.
Yeah, and I also urge Amna to check in with personal boundaries. See, I have moved to the West, but I have very Eastern submerged values, along with those of like this hosting big parties and stuff. So it's a personal bound. I came and I heard कि यहाँ ऐसा नहीं होता, but I decided that this is how I wanted my house to have my kind of boundaries. So I
There you
had to
go.
decide. So please let understand that sometimes we are using crutches of culture and this and that to say कि मेरे घर में ऐसे होता है, मुझे यहाँ मेरे boss ऐसा कर रहा है. Gotta decide that what is it that you want, and to say
And
that.
I
Sarah,
really feel like culture is a definition of what you want. Every one of us has an opportunity to make our own culture. And I
yes,
strongly believe in that. So I have the 100% capability of making the culture in my house, in my room even. So I can have a
yes,
particular boundary in my room, even though अगर मेरे घर की boundaries कुछ और हो, मेरे कमरे की boundaries मेरी boundaries होंगी. You know?
and of course, supportive things like culture, similar mindset helps, but it's not impossible to do it without them too.
Yeah.
Sarah saying in husband wife not sharing your phone sites might seem like something's fishy, even though it's not true. Yeah.
So if you feel like it's something fishy, I would check in with the level of trust you have with each other. You know,
Yes.
जब
Yes.
trust का bond strong होता है, फिर fishy feeling नहीं होती.
Yes. Exactly. And then I know और ये भी बात है सुमेरा कि तुम भी हंस रही हो, और the thing is कि हम हंसी हंसी में ये बात बोल देते हैं. No, there is no question. Like ऐसी कोई बात ही नहीं है कि यहाँ पर like again the hasna. Haya is a little stuck, so I'm gonna wait for her to come back. The hasna is almost like the justification Haya was talking about. Okay, like you give this justification, so sometimes you laugh and you make a joke out of it, which also I think falls under. Okay, Haya चली गई हैं, लेकिन वो वापस आ जाएंगी. I think she might have had a issue on her end, but I will keep on reading the questions until she joins me. I think she's back. Yes, she's back. Hi, sorry, Nina, that was a mistake. My finger pointed, and I think.
Hey guys,
yes,
sorry,
you're
I
back.
don't know what happened there. It got disconnected randomly.
Thank you. So, thank you for coming back. I was like, मैं आ रही हूँ, आ जाइए है. अच्छा, मैं कहाँ पर questions में थे हम? So I just told them while you were gone that हया ने कहा था कि justification जो है ना वो भी एक shady चीज है. So justification, humor is also that. How you have हंसी मजाक में बोल देते हैं. I think like some things need seriousness and you've got to be firm, assertive, not aggressive.
Also, by the way, for the phone incident, you can just ask your husband that, listen, are you okay with me going into your phone without me asking you? If he says yes, then sure, go ahead, knock yourself out.
Yeah, and like, you could be into each other's phone because you need something, and that's absolutely okay as well. So I think कभी कभार आपके पास होता भी है और आपके पास ना ट्रस्ट होता है कि आपको पता है कि दूसरा स्नूप अराउंड नहीं करेगा.
बिल्कुल.
Okay, emotional boundaries is a big one. So I'm saying yes, it is. Hiba is saying our culture plays a big role in setting boundaries. We spoke about that. It does play a big role, and we are also independent enough to create personal cultures. So needed to hear this great session, Rafe. Thank you. Unnecessary explanations that we give. Hiba is saying yes. Can you expand on emotional boundary? So मेरा हया ने काफी एक्सपैंड किया है और आप जब IGTV के सेशन में जाएंगी तो आपको मिल जाएगा. Look at me like a newscaster style, running away with the questions. Boundaries don't keep people out; they fence you in. Heba, I know where you're quoting Meredith Grey right there. All right, and I'm coming to some questions. What if you need boundaries from your own emotions?
Can you elaborate a little bit? I need to know a little more.
Yes, Sumaira, so please tell us, are you like what exactly do you mean by this? Okay, I'm coming to see
Very
more
big
questions. Can I set boundaries with my spouse?
100%. So to have a healthy relationship with your spouse, you need to have for boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, it will eventually lead to a lot of conflict and resentment and bitterness. So you must have boundaries with your spouse. So like I said, boundaries are a way of bringing people together in to have healthier relationships. Doesn't mean that आप selfish हैं या you don't care about your spouse. You must have some form of boundaries with your spouse as well. You have to respect each other's boundaries.
And you will do it when you want to have a healthy relationship. So again, I can't stress this enough. You create boundaries because the relationship is precious to you, not in terms of because you value it, so आप नहीं करेंगे. And Khalil Gibran ki, if you go read up, Khalil Gibran has a beautiful piece on marriage. और उसमें वो यही कहता है कि like eat from the same plate but don't eat the same bread or something. बहुत beautiful examples. But the point being that you must have certain boundaries. And all the people who are telling us that we did a great session and that we are awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. That's absolutely amazing. अच्छा, आखिरी question मैं देख रही हूँ. वो सुमेरा कह रही है कि emotions के. She's saying I'm talking in relation to PMS and PMDS. I know PMS.
What is PMDS?
What is PMDS? Is it like a
I'm not sure myself, so please enlighten me. So PMS, for example, okay, so if you are, I think Sumaira the doctor, I don't understand the language.
I know.
So if you're PMSing, you need to ask yourself, what do I need right now? Maybe you don't feel like meeting anyone. Maybe you want to eat a lot of chocolate cake. Maybe you want to indulge in a lot of things to be able to allow yourself to do that. That, okay,
Yeah,
in do dinon ke liye, I'm going to go all out and then I'm going to come back on track.
yeah,
So to be able to respect your emotional needs, your physical needs, all types of needs. So yes, it's totally
yeah.
okay to have, it's actually integral to have boundaries with yourself as well. I'm
And
very
with
wary of
acute,
our time boundary, Ruj.
I know. I will just wrap up in like in a minute. So look at this. So I have a client, which is why otherwise the very time bend भी बहुत ही फकी हो जाती है. So I am aware कि बाउंड्री की वजह से ऐसा लगता है कि हम सिर्फ अपना फायदा कर रहे हैं और हम सिर्फ अपनी अच्छी कर रहे हैं कि जैसे इसने एग्जांपल दिया कि चॉकलेट केक खा लें. Guys, boundary also, like self care, really means, she said, कि it's also like saying कि 2 दिन बाद मैं नहीं खाऊंगी. That's boundary. For example, I am personally struggling with late nights these days. So I need to set a boundary as to what time I need to sleep. It's not fun. I want to watch my late night show. It's not fun, but I need it for my physical health. So that I need to sleep early because I'm a very early riser. So boundaries is also disciplining yourself and the other. आप अपने आप को भी ट्रेन कर रहे होते हैं अपनी बाउंड्री के रिस्पेक्ट करना कि मुझे पता है कि मैं चौथा स्लाइस केक का या ड्रिंक का अपना नहीं लूंगा तो ये मेरी बाउंड्री और मुझे खुद पहले इसकी रिस्पेक्ट करनी पड़ेगी before asking other people to respect it. So when I saying premenstrual dysphoric syndrome disorder, so मेरा आप चेक कर
I have
सकती
no
है
idea what that is.
कि मैं और हया जो है वो सर्टिफाइड साइकोथेरेपिस्ट हैं लेकिन हमारे पास डॉक्टर्स की बिल्कुल वाली नहीं. हम इमोशन के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं and we would expand on this, but thank you Sumaira for joining and candidly explaining that.
I'm really
Haya,
happy to
I'm
see
going
Dr.
to
Yeah.
I'm going to give it over to you to wrap it up, conclude,
Okay.
and say what.
Sure. So first of all, I want to say, Urooj, thank you. I always absolutely love being here. It's always a pleasure. It's so much fun.
Yes.
So thank you to you. You're doing such a great job, and you're touching upon so many various topics in your live sessions, in your posts. So huge thank you, and I absolutely love your page and the energy you bring. Next, Urooj already knows I love being on her page and doing sessions with her. So if you guys want us to do any other topic in specific, let Urooj know, and we can plan that for you guys as
Totally.
well. Third, so everything we spoke about, Urooj will upload in her Boundary IGTV. And I will also be articulating it in thoughts and words on my page in the coming week. So you can also stay tuned to that. So it'll be up on both places. And I just want to thank all of you for being so interactive, for being so engaging, for taking out your time and participating, So thank you for your time.
Exactly. अच्छा वो साकिब कह रहा है मैंने 2 सवाल पूछे आपने एक का तो रिप्लाई कर दें. पहले स्पाउस वाली रिलेशनशिप पे मैंने बिल्कुल ही रिप्लाई हया ने पूरा डिटेल में किया है स्पाउसल वाली रिलेशनशिप और दूसरा रिलेशनशिप Haya, this is going to be Haya's last comment, and after which we'll both exit Saqib. Look at how Saqib trap us, right, with guilt. How do we keep track of boundaries we set for ourselves?
So one is identify what boundaries do you want to keep for yourself. So for example, like I have a time boundary right now. I know that Urooj has a commitment, so I have to respect that. So for example, if my boundary is I can only eat cake once a week, so then to be able to stick to that and say that okay, that I can only eat cake once a week, so I'm keeping track of my boundary. Or for example, telling myself that I need to do 30 minutes of exercise every day, not for weight loss but for my overall well-being. That's a boundary I've made for myself that no matter jo bhi ho jaye mujhe karna hai. So to be able to to be able to commit to that and to be able to do it anyway, and when I don't do it, to be able to acknowledge to myself that okay, Haya, you violated your boundary today.
Yes, exactly. So Saqib, come see your therapist friend here. We'll tell you about consequences and positive and negative consequences which help us keep boundaries. Thank you so much, Haya. This is lovely. We'll definitely come back sooner than later. All right.
Inshallah.
All right.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.